Welcome everybody. I'm glad that you joined me today to make Indian rice biryani, which is basically Indian rice with lots of vegetables. So let me show you all the ingredients that we're using today. And if you have any question, you can just unmute yourself and ask whatever you want, whenever you want. Okay. So the ingredients that we have. Let me show you. I have 1 cup of rice right here. Uncooked rice. We're going to cook it in a few more minutes. I have sweet potato, onion, cashew. I have cloves. I have cardamom pods. I have bay leaves. I have the yellow curry, paprika, salt, pepper. I also have turmeric. If you don't have turmeric, that's fine. You don't have to add it. We can add it to the rice. It's gonna give it like a yellow color. But if you don't have it, don't worry about it. Paprika, green onion, and garlic, and carrot, and cabbage, and olive oil. These are a lot of ingredients. I know we're gonna use them all. It's not gonna be too intimidating, I promise you. So let's get started, okay? Great. So first thing we want to do, we're gonna cook the sweet potato. Okay, so we're gonna peel the sweet potato and then we're gonna cut it to small cubes. So let's go ahead and peel our sweet potato. We're gonna cook it on the oven, so you can heat your oven from now before we're gonna cut it. You can put it on 350 degrees Fahrenheit. This way, when we'll put the sweet potato in the oven will be hot already. Just like that.
Hi, Yuval. Are we using the oven only for the sweet potato?
Yes.
We're not going to use the oven for anything else?
No.
Okay, then we'll
Is that okay? Okay, we have 1 large sweet potato. Let me know when you're done peeling the sweet potato. So while we're peeling the sweet, yes, perfect, awesome. Okay, if you're done peeling the sweet potato, you can go ahead and chop it. We're gonna dice the sweet potato to small cubes. I'm gonna show you how small. This way it will cook much faster. Doesn't have to be, like a perfect cube, just around this size. Okay? Can be a little bit smaller, a little bit bigger, whatever you want. Just as long as it will cook fast in the oven. We're gonna put the sweet potato right here.
I'm sorry, what are you putting it on?
It's the thing that you put in the oven.
A sheet pan, okay.
Yeah. So, there are three Jewish communities in India, three big Jewish communities. The one in the south, the one in the east, and the one in Bombay. My family comes from the Jewish community in Bombay, and they called Bnei Israel. If you're done chopping the sweet potato to small cubes, we're gonna put a little bit of olive oil on the sweet potato, just like that. Then we're gonna add a little bit of black pepper, and a little bit of salt. And then we're gonna mix it. You can mix it with a spoon or with your hand, whatever you want. Mix it. So every piece of the sweet potato will be covered with oil and salt and black pepper. Gonna be good. And we're gonna roast it in the oven. Spread it evenly so that all will be cooked the same. Just like that. Wash your hands. And we're gonna put it in the oven, 350 degrees. Great. Let me know when you're done. Give me like a thumb up, whatever you want.
I'm still waiting for my oven to preheat.
Oh, that's okay. You can go ahead and put it inside it. It will, it will cook while the oven is heated. Yeah. So there's a lot of variety in India. One part in India can be completely different than the other. Different language, food, and even culture. So naturally, we can see those differences between the three Jewish communities. For example, like prayers are a bit different between those communities. Like each one from the community reads differently from the Torah. So there's a big difference between those three Jewish communities in India. But with that in mind, there are also a strong common denominator, which is Judaism. All of us, we're all Jewish. So even though we read differently from the Torah, it's still the same Torah. So it's still the same belief, and it's really nice to see when the Jewish Indian came to Israel. It was nice to see the difference between the culture, but also the similarity. So next we're gonna cook the rice. I have 1 cup of rice. It's uncooked. I don't know if you usually wash the rice or not. I'm usually washing the rice, so I'm gonna give it a quick wash. Okay. And then we're gonna put the 1 cup of rice with 1 cup and a quarter of water in the pot, just like you're making normal rice. Let's do it here. Great. So I have a pot with 1 cup of rice and 1 1/4 cup of water. I'm gonna turn on the stove. Yes, on low heat. And then we're gonna put half teaspoon of salt. We're gonna put 2 cloves. Oh, you can smell that. It's an amazing smell. 2 cloves inside. I'm gonna put 2 cardamom pods.
How much salt did you say?
Half teaspoon. If you like it more salty, you can add more. You have to smell it. It's amazing. The smell of the cardamom pods is incredible. Actually, in Israel, we call them, in Hebrew, we say, instead of cardamom, we say hell. We call them hell pods.
Hell pods? Okay, 2 cloves?
Yes.
Sorry.
2 cloves, 2 cardamom pods. I'm gonna put it inside. We're gonna put 1 bay leaf. Ooh, love the smell. Love the smell. 1 bay leaf. Great. Now, if you have turmeric, you can add a little bit. If you don't have to. It's also fine. It's just gonna give it a little bit of a color, but nothing more than that. Now we're gonna mix it. Close with the lid. Let it cook. Just a normal way we cook rice. Let me know when you're done with the rice. Carol, I know you're probably done with the rice, yes?
Done with the rice.
Yeah.
We're done.
Awesome, thank you. Make sure that the rice is on low heat, so it won't, boil and go all over the kitchen. We don't want that. So next we're gonna start chopping the onion. If you have large onion, 1 would be enough. If your onion is a little bit smaller, you can use 2. We're gonna chop it. Doesn't have to be too thin. Bring it up. And that. So my trick when it comes to onion tears is just wash it with water. This way I have less tears. That's what I found. If you have good tricks to avoid the onion tear, let me know. It's not always working for me, most times. Right.
Okay, I have a question. This is my onion. Should do one or two?
You can use one. Yeah. So we're gonna put 2 tablespoons of olive oil in the large pan. I'm using this pan just like that. It's a little bit not too deep. It's pretty wide, so we'll have plenty of space for the rice and for all the vegetables. So 2 tablespoons of olive oil. We can put the large pan on medium heat on the stove. Then we can add the onion to the pan. This way the onion will start caramelize. It's gonna be sweet and delicious. So as you can see, all the ingredients that we're using today, they do not need refrigerated, and that's because in India not everyone had access to refrigerator all the time. So they had to come up with solutions so the food won't spoil, especially for Shabbat when they had to make food before Shabbat and keep it good for 25 hours. So the solution that they found is lots and lots and lots and lots of spices. It helps keep the food a little bit good for a little bit more time, for a little longer. And that's actually one of the reasons that Indian food has so much spice inside, just to keep it good for longer.
Did you say that we should have it on medium heat or low?
Yeah, medium heat. Right here. We have the pan with the onion, chopped onion, with 2 tablespoons of olive oil and all the onion. We're gonna mix it. So the onion will be covered with the oil. And once you see, the onion is covered with the oil, you can go ahead and close the pan with the lid. And we're gonna go ahead and start chopping the cabbage. Next in the list is the cabbage. Now we're gonna use kind of like a quarter of the cabbage. You can just cut it, just like that. It's gonna make it much easier to cut it, just like that. We're gonna wash it, make sure it's clean on the inside. Give the rice a little, mix the rice a little bit. So we'll see how is that going. If you're seeing that the water level is starting to rise, so you can open the lid. I'll show you. Just like that. If you see that the water is starting to boil, you can put the lid just like that. Okay. Next, for the cabbage, we have about a quarter of the cabbage head. We don't need the whole thing. We're gonna chop it to this side. See, like hairs. Okay. That's it. We have all these pieces of cabbage. They look like hair. Let's see what's happening with the onion. Give it a quick mix. Starting to be soft, which is great. That's exactly what we want. Once you're done chopping the cabbage, you can go ahead and put the cabbage inside the pan with the onion. Just like that. Let me show you. That's the pan with the rice, pot with the rice, and the pot with the onion and cabbage. Now it might seem like we don't have enough space now, but the cabbage and the volume is gonna go down, and we'll have enough space for everything. And give it a quick mix. And we're gonna close with the lid on, let it cook. Next, let me know if you're done. Yes, you're done with the cabbage. Okay.
I'm not sure I have a word for that one.
What's that?
What?
Is everything okay, Carol?
Everything is okay, yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So the Jewish community in India is very, very, very close. They wanted to keep their Jewish identity, so they didn't marry to someone outside of the community. But even though they were very close community, they were very, very involved with the life in Bombay. For example, in 1938, a member of the community named Dr. Rajpolkar was the mayor of Bombay, which is, I think, it's incredible. Okay, so I see you're done with the cabbage. Next, we're gonna go to the carrot. We're gonna peel the carrot. You don't want the outside. You can just peel it. Okay. Give the rice a quick mix. So we'll see what's going on with that. Starting to look really, really good. And give the onion and the cabbage a little mix. You see that the onion is starting to caramelize and get a little bit brown. You can go ahead and put the stove on low heat so it won't burn. So rice with the pot with rice is going to be on low heat, and the other pot with the onion and cabbage also low heat. Okay, once we peeled the carrot, we're going to cut it in a very special way, one of my favorite way to cut a carrot. We're going to just peel it all the way to those pieces. I'll show you. That's what we want. That's what we're going to put in the pot later. That's how we're going to cut the carrot. It's going to cook much, much, much faster. Usually carrot takes a long time to cook. This is going to save us a lot of time, and it's going to be very good. Worth the trouble. Okay, let's see what happened with the rice. Mix it a little bit. So you want to know,
Are we using one carrot or two?
what's that?
Are we using one carrot or two?
If you have large carrot, you can use one, but if it's smaller, you can use two. Okay? Right. Check the rice. If the rice looks soft, you can go ahead and take the lid off and let just the water just steam away, okay? Now, if you have long...
Can you repeat that?
Yes, sure. Check the rice. If it's starting to... If you think it's cooked, you can go ahead and take off the lid and let the rest of the water just steam, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. So if you have a long carrot like mine, so you have long pieces of carrot, you can just cut it in the middle, so it will be, easier to put in the pot, just like that. That's what we're gonna get. It's gonna cook really, really fast, and it's still gonna be a little bit crunchy, but not too much. It's gonna be really good. Let's see what's going on with the onions and cabbage. Oh, nice. Let's check it out. So you can see the onion and the cabbage are starting to caramelize and, become a little bit brown. That's great. It's exactly what we want. If you're done peeling the carrot, you can go ahead and put the carrot inside, just like that. And we're gonna mix it. Then we're gonna close the lid and let the carrot cook and become a little bit more soft. Let me know when you're done with the carrot. You don't have to use the whole thing. If you have leftover, it's gonna be like a snack for later. Great. So, fun fact about the last name of the members of Bnei Israel community from India. So many Jewish people in the community added to their last name those 3 letters, K-E-R. So everyone will know that this is a Jewish family. They were very proud of that they're Jewish, so they wanted to add this to their last name so everyone will know that they're Jewish. That's why my last name ends with K-E-R, Ramraz Ker. And even the doctor that I mentioned earlier, that he was the mayor of Bombay from this community, his last name also ends with K-E-R. So this way, if you'll meet someone with last name that ends with K-E-R, there's a chance that he's come from this community from in India. So next, let's check our sweet potato. It's gonna look really good. If you see it's starting to get brown, you can get it out. If not, you can leave it there for a few more minutes. Mine is not ready yet, so I'm gonna put it there for a few more minutes. Next, we're gonna go to seasoning. Okay. So we're gonna put salt and pepper in the mixture of onion, carrot, and cabbage. Now, salt. You can put half teaspoon of salt, but if you like it more salty, you can add more. We're gonna start with half teaspoon, just so it won't be too salty. Then we're gonna add paprika. Also, we're gonna put a quarter of teaspoon paprika. Then we're gonna add black pepper. Also quarter teaspoon. Let's check what's going on with our rice. Yes, perfect. Let's look ready. This is the result we got. I'll show you. This is the rice, fully cooked. Now, we're gonna take the bay leaf from the rice. We're gonna take out the cardamom and the clove. Just like that. Let's see if there's another one hiding here. Don't worry if you don't find all of them. The main thing you want to remember is just you don't want to take a bite of it, because it's gonna be like hundreds of flavors at the same time. It's gonna be very intense, so we don't want to take a bite of it. That's why we're taking it out. But if you can find it, not too big of a deal. Is your rice ready? Yes? The rice is ready? Is good? No, not yet. Okay. It's not soft yet?
No, I'm cooking brown rice. I know it takes longer, so I hope it
Okay.
don't mess with the program.
Yeah. What kind of rice are you cooking?
It's brown basmati rice. I like the brown rice, but it takes longer.
Okay. Great. Janet, what about your rice? Is it ready? Thumb up or you can... Yes, it's done. Okay, we're gonna wait a few more minutes. In the meantime, we're gonna go to the yellow curry sauce. This is the one that I'm using. I put it in the recipe. If you got it, great. If you have a different one, also great. Now we're gonna mix it. Awesome. Now we're gonna mix it just like that. We're gonna open it. Now I want you to take a teaspoon, taste it. If you decide you don't like it, you don't have to add it, okay? Because it has a really intense flavor. Do you like it? Yeah, okay. It's basically coconut cream and turmeric. These are the main ingredients. So we're gonna add, if you like it, but you think it's too intense, you can add 3 tablespoons. I'm gonna go ahead and put half of the jar, okay? Because I really like this sauce. I'm gonna put half of the jar, but you can add 3 tablespoons and then add more and more, so you'll know if you like it. Okay.
Are you adding it to the vegetables or the rice?
To the vegetables, yeah.
Okay.
Thanks. And we're gonna mix it. So that's how it looks. I put half of the jar, so I have a lot of liquid here from the sauce, a lot of sauce. If you put less than half of a jar, it's gonna be, you're gonna see the difference. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You can taste the vegetables and see if you like it with this amount of sauce, or if you think you should add a little bit more sauce. Okay?
Well, that's good.
Yeah? I'm glad you like it. How much did you put? Did you put 3 tablespoons?
Half a jar.
Okay, great. So next we're gonna go to the sweet potato. I didn't forget about it. It should be cooked by now. Let's check it. Yes, great. So because we diced the sweet potato to small cubes, it cooked much faster, which is great. Now we're gonna check it to make sure it's cooked. We're just gonna poke it with a knife and see if it's soft. If it's soft, it means it's ready. Yes, great.
Does it go in then to the vegetables?
Yes. You do not have to add the whole cubes. If you like it less, you can add as many as you want. So many vegetables in one pan. I love that. And let's mix it. Let's cover the sweet potato with the sauce, but be careful not to mush the sweet potato. So gently mix it. Next, we're gonna chop the green onion. We have one green onion here. If you really like green onion, you can add two, but you can use one. That's gonna be just fine. Wash the green onion. Yes, oops. Now we're gonna cut it. If the rice is ready, you can turn off the stove. We're gonna cut the green onion just like that, small pieces. Okay. I'm gonna add it later at the end with the cashew on top. It's gonna give freshness to the dish. It's gonna be very, very good. Okay, if you're done chopping the green onion and the rice is ready, you can go ahead and put the rice in the pan with all the vegetables. Great, just like that. Now we're gonna give it a mix. Mix it all together. Gently so we won't crush the rice or the sweet potato.
Yuval,
Yeah,
were we supposed to put the garlic in yet?
Yes.
you are definitely right. I forgot about the garlic. We can add it now.
Okay,
Thank you for reminding me.
you're welcome.
Don't forget the garlic, guys. It's essential.
Okay, the way I'm chopping the garlic, I'm putting it on the board, and then I'm giving it just like that with a knife. I'm putting the knife on top of the garlic, and then I'm gonna give it, and that's what's gonna happen to the garlic. And I'll show you, just like that. Okay, and then we're gonna start chopping for small cubes. Now, if you really like garlic, you can add two. We actually call it in Hebrew, we call that a teeth, like a tooth of garlic. So you can add two tooth or one, whatever you want, whatever you like more. And then we're gonna add that. Whoops, over here, just like that, and mix. So, the Jewish community in India, they learn a lot from their non-Jewish fellow, that live near them. That's why they have so many food and culture that looks like exactly like the non-Jewish Indian. But of course, we had to make few adjustments to the food to keep it kosher. So usually non-Jewish Indian, they cook their food with lots of yogurt in their curry. This curry sauce that we're using, they're using yogurt. And since we can mix dairy and meat, we're using coconut cream. And it's actually became really, really, really famous because it's a little bit more light than yogurt. So it gives it, I would say, better texture and better flavor. So these are like small adjustments that we made in the food to keep it kosher. But it's still the same Indian culture. So now after we mixed it all together, we're gonna put the green onion inside. Just like that. Give it a little mix. Then we're gonna take a plate. Take a plate. Put as much rice as we want to eat.
How about the cashews?
Oh yeah, I did not forget about the cashew. That goes on top of that right now.
Okay.
This is the rice. Now we're gonna add the cashews on top of that. I do recommend not to put the cashews inside the pan, because then the cashew will be soft and not crunchy, and that's not what we want. So I would say just put it on your plate when you're eating. Just put as many as you like. I like a lot of cashews. There you go. Authentic Indian meal biryani rice. Cindy, Lulu, are your rice is done? Yes? Okay, great. Perfect. Now all you have to do is take a picture, taste it, and let me know what do you think. Yeah, you like it?
Yep.
I'm glad. Awesome. So you can keep it in a box in the refrigerator. It's gonna be good for 3-4 days. Janet, what do you think? Yeah, you like it? Great. Lulu and Cindy, did you have a chance to taste it?
Not yet. We're still stirring.
Okay, great. Let me know what do you think. Yeah. If you like it, I would love if you take a picture and send it to me. That would be great. Also, make sure to check the website of the JCC. We have more take, make, and bake. We have kadurei chocolate, which is Israeli chocolate balls, and we have sabich, which is pita with it's very Israeli. It's pita with eggplant and egg inside. It's gonna be very, very good, and tahini on top. An Israeli salad, and we have lots of programs coming up. So if you like it, make sure to see the next program. Lulu, what do you think? Do you like it? Yes, awesome. Thank you everyone for joining me. I hope you like it. And we'll keep in touch. If you have any question, make sure to contact me and have a great night.
I do have one question.
Yes,
Do you have the recipe actually written out anywhere? Since
I can read it down and send it to you. Yeah,
oh, thank
to
you.
everyone. I'll send it to everyone.
Okay, great. Thank you. Toda.